Asamaba. NPP for a demonstration. Also, Moye. I say, could be our Casape, we are NPP near Acho. Now, if you are possible in Kay, you proper. Now, not do a breast. A dear NPP for NDC for the Akufo Atem. Abrapa. It's a preserver will try to MPP so. Galamsey, so we'll very play more if I could see in a and two be a. Anyway, me own go to the cost. We are the back of it to us.
Mama, yes, you are. Mama, oh, yes, no, you have no demonstration. Me come, what kind of demonstration? Not know what you mean. Yeah, boss, I haven't Baba Liwa. Only Baba, no. Mama, some demonstration. Yeah, boss, I was there. No, Mama, I'm going to say, oh, see, I best. Daben of international obviously. Daben of international. Daben General no by General obviously. I feel just 7 to 8 months. And Amuna Butia, Bibi Abepasu, NPP on Babium, well, Minamica, me FM strategy. Okay. NPP on Babium.
So you organize a WAHA, so national coordinator WAHA, so women organize a WAHA, so far as no any vice chairman, no. No, me na me am national chairman. The current national chairman. So, you come and see. Munim diema yebaha. The idea baha is John Dramani Mahama, NDC, IGP, Atimodi, Amudibu Maiweno, and there Kacho Musi, they should drop the Atimodi. Atibodino Omundropuno. Sir, illegal arrest, unconstitutional arrest, Rumble style of arrest, selective justice arrest. They should drop it down. They should drop it. They say, you can't kill a gun of war. IGP Adituabi. IGP Adituabi. IGP Adituabi. Ghana police for the Trobi, Saturday say, Omusi Omachi Azoka, and Yana Kura, IGP pese IGP mba abontin no pada na fo achaw omonji azoka bebia omonjira ho omase IGPC oma aringi azoka se wo pie court enye na kure ye court no azoka mba ye so nda the catch mu say illegal arrest mu NPP nde ya agitating NPP nde we resist upon all the illegal arrests. They should drop the illegal arrests down.
But please, this is good advice to the police. Don't allow a politician to use you to be unprofessional in your behavior, because the politician will not be there forever. Use the training and knowledge you were given in your school so that you'll be fair to all Ghanaians. When the NPP got power, we didn't spend time arresting regional chairmen. We were holding meetings on how to implement free SHS so that our children will go to school. When NPP got power, we used our time and energy to start the one district, one factory so that the youth will get jobs. What are we seeing in the first 9 months of this NDC government? Anytime they realize that the youth are losing hope in them, they will go and arrest one politician, only to incite their base and to excite them. Please, effectively, this government has just 36 months. The last year is an election year. As we speak, almost 10-11 months is gone. If this government doesn't focus, they might lose all the goodwill that Ghanaians used to vote for them. So please, what better by get police no jiboe, no ke fear, ke no efe ate. That's right. Who the police near? Say ube cha abronya picture. Now there are two internet sua. Who arrested Chairman Azoka on to the picture, never to the internet. Yes, there is no democracy in the world where an individual will be put in an armored vehicle because he spoke on social media or television. These things happen only under dictatorships. So please, President John Dramani Mahama on the outside appears to be a fine gentleman. We want that fineness to show in the behavior of his appointees, in the behavior of the police, and in the behavior of his government. You cannot come and preach virtue on the outside and practice vice inside. You cannot be telling us that we should be one people, only to treat us separately and discriminatorily. You cannot tell us that you are for all Ghanaians, but be going after a few. We support the application of the law, but not the abuse of processes in the application of the law.
That's right.
We support the rule of law, but not tyranny of the law. So please, this is a message to the government. If you cannot clean our water bodies, if you cannot give our jobs, if you cannot give our women money, please don't take away our right to speak. If you think someone has misspoken, take them to a judge. Let a judge give the ruling so that we will know that a judge declared us guilty. Guilt does not lie in the hands of the IGP. Guilt does not lie in the hands of a government appointee. Guilt does not lie in the hands of our adversaries. And so please, let the law work. Let democracy work for all of us and not for a few people. If you don't behave, we will come here again. If you will not allow us to sleep as police, you will also not sleep. We will always come here. We will do the job here until justice rules across all the streets in this country. Sure. From Accra all the way to Tamale. God bless you. God bless you all.
Ibrahim Ahmed na afofo na lawyer for na twa wosia sika no me kwai wo manda e gold board so faso gold board bega so faso enya mama ni nia e dia na obai waye oso of finance ni oso of teacher ni oso of bi adwuma unya de sia for adwuma Ada mamono me resetting any Mahame resetting any Mahame utra fie no wa fa bia ma adina sa no do promise ko kiti mega na foko chaba man en ko kiti obi promise to fa we ko bisa no se night club e be na night club e grow economy Ghana for central for no so ga obi mo na mo so so ma ama so en ko kiti was so by Okada legalization Okada eduma mo central for when odo Okada be wale when odo Okada be sidai when odo Okada be didi am pe che no aye abapa no ni idea bia keke mama so ni idea bia the mark 100 years to the mark Ghana be ya be ada dia dia e kro no nko sika bia and Ghana tinsam the can say ono ni ato abaman e to asise papa no nya sa kalabula memwo no e na yada na me no kasa ko baba be chimi e na wo kasa ye kasa criminal label no so ma pele ku fodo o repeal o fio e tiade na mama ba ye de o so kasa na mo bi kasa aburo nya ni abechi no we ni abechi no ada mama we tana ada mama o ye idi ami mama nja democracy na den bai e ku di stand den bai won kan ye o ma nya ni dia o timi fan o mani tumi no ya ne ri tumi shane sa e to nya no nya tumi no aduma wo nya sa kalabula membo ni me fra no kalabula membo o mo di tu dwa ba ko ana ko se mo kasabo no ene se ya ka hye o mampani ma mo kwanya ma na se police ne ma mo kwanya e dia de kwati pa na mo ya aban na si mo kwa ma mo ntimi nkasa well you see suppression of freedom of speech Utimi chi nipa ba ko mienu pe uchi nipa ba ko mienu obi ti se ma memfa chamakwamba fo abronye obi enum se wo ye vocal enti na wasan ye regional chairman of NPP Bono region na sema waka whether you support it or you don't support it it is not in the year now but na sema waka on ka se obabu obi okay on ka so babu obi on ka so bi nkodi awu on twa ntronto bi so nemom yesi wanye obi kasetia hwan ne wanya ne kasetia yesi IGP yesi wadidi IGP atem Ghana mre ba bi ne ho ekese obi didi IGP atem ayeche no
Ghana mre minimum sa
ba bi ani ho in fact Supreme Court of Ghana the apex court of land say even the president who did not atem krompa yintime apex court of land say even the president who did not have a crumpa intimation. No moment, so be the president attempt, who to be the do attempt, maybe to be the matemua. Ye was civil process a bit faso, I see in Pacon court. And the president Mahamas was some make a winning. And last time they catch up, say 11th February 2022. President Mahama, a short crater or short letter, or pin letter, and the command President Kufuado. It will be letted the one fan concerning him, but what try me publish it, thinking say, Ubenya be a kind. What catch up President Kufuado say? One Maya, was the President Kufuado, Maya, Captain Smart, one Maya will be answer, one Maya, or he never been here, one or Bobo Dean said, or see President Kufuado, Maya, one more. Some say me at me. May always be at me. It may first always be at me, a President Mamma may at me. See, I chair Bonnie. It will fasten IGP in a match, may find a set President Hammer and a man order Sienchen. Wouldn't say one too much media, yet 3 radio stations are crowd Kumasi and Takradi. You're closing it down. You're closing down 2 months. Based on silent now, President Hammer, Chokoma, President Kufuado time, that time, don't you? I can say it safely, say, President Hammer. And order NCO for say, close down, won't too much, radio, Accra, Takradi, and Kumasi. The reason is that you're not you can. Nasemba ye katiano wo defy cast wo defo the say kan ya ka kire no ye ti cast bi na agunu wani mase aje se ye cast ma agunu wani mase but aseba waka ye ne woni su no ye expose no na agunu afere. That is why President Amma that order say ye 3 radio stations Accra, Kumasi and Takradi ye closing it down based on the letter of Chokoma. No, that is why we are here today. Minia Kasafin do BMP now so constitution no nim say kasafi wo ho ene ehunu na ya obetimi de ehunu ato obi say wo
Me no let what I say on the men, Yami Aduma wo, with a train out behu. Because a train out behu a threat. The moment I became train out behu, a bro free speech so. What you be say, Ubekunwa, a bro free speech so. Any pie at your moon, one like us Ubekumubi. Any pie at your moon, one like us to be what one train Ubehu. Ya no dear not a free speech so. Then a criminal issue. But the echoes way, Kasas Sano, President Mahama criminalizes speech, which he has been speaking against. Say, in a democracy, you cannot criminalize speech, but that is what he is doing.
Tina Wakasa, who say, who are Bema Kasan, who oppositions or Kasan.
So, wouldn't you be our first, we are principle, the year, Sana Bayan. So, you will be a politician that young you to mean you with the opposition of Kasanko, or Babamusa Kasanko. Sanet, ye, we are politician now. You have no principle, you think say will be and then what bemo because it's different. I that's now call it feels well because it's different, and that is what we are experiencing.
So demonstration ya mai mujidi is ya mo hwe ne mo kwana monya free speech bi amaka no.
Well, me say there ebia permit training and me ankasa say the message ya me ho no. Me sure the ekoso no. Okay, but we bring thousands of people out there. Yeah, almost so some because my mommy, she's now 78. For the past 2 months, me journalism at least me go about 20 years. Even though me nipa tell to so now quiet to bonya dadena. But I can tell you say a foot mammy dear mammy for the past 2 months, a chair foot to dear mammy for the past 18 years. I didn't tell because who say you will be acting like a tyrant in a democracy. Say one kaseki to be a betcha what the one to the paso, Ebia won't win to me draw attention to say, dear war yellow, what the one to the paso, me prefer bar, me Rebecca say, now quite what to bo, lay a year who said by Yanisa. Let people speak, or Cassana said, child like now, let's say a defamation now, sue the person. Say a criminal use one, you can arrest the person. But for now, one my actual Ninano, they are rather criminalizing speech. And one or no.
We are here at the Jubilee House, the seat of government. The new patriotic party through the National Youth Wing of the party staged this mammoth protest against what we would describe as a deliberate weaponization of state institutions, specifically the security institutions, purposely to harass members of the opposition party. So the party is fully behind the National Youth Wing, and today we are here to present this petition to His Excellency the President, John Dramani Mahama. On behalf of the party, the National Youth Wing, the National Youth Leader of the party, Salam Mustafa, will do the presentation on behalf of the National Youth Wing. Thank you. Salam.
Thank you very much. First of all, good afternoon to everybody.
Salam, come here. Yes.
We wish that His Excellency the President himself were here to receive this petition. However, we understand the national assignment at the UN. However, we trust that this message will get to him. Your Excellency, President of the Republic of Ghana, John Dramani Mahama, the youth wing of the New Patriotic Party, we have a very small message for you in the form of a petition. As we are all aware, Ghana is a beacon of democracy in Africa. Here in Ghana, we have held 5 or so successful elections where we have changed government from NDC to NPP and back peacefully, and the last one being the 7th of January 2025. His Excellency Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo, bequeath a peaceful country to His Excellency the President John Dramani Mahama. However, we decry a certain pattern that we have noticed over the last few months, being arrest, harassment of NPP people, especially issue. Your Excellency, I can mention so many people, young people in the party, who have been arrested for mainly and justifiable reasons, except to say misdemeanors. This we find very worrying, especially the mode of arrest. The Rambo style, heavy-handed, and some of the occasions, break of the law and the trampling upon the freedom and liberties of the individuals involved. I can mention to you a young man called Mohammed Ahmad Zakor, who was arrested for a Facebook post. I can mention to you a journalist in the person of Gordon Asare Bediakun, who was arrested for largely unknown reasons. Again, another journalist, Okatache Afifa Mensah, who wrote exams at Gimpa on his way home, was accosted by 3 full pickers, armed men to the teeth, bundled him like a chicken and threw him in their pickup and took him away. Without any warrant and without any explanation, he was taken to the Blue Gate. Your Excellency, recently a young man, Sir Obama, was arrested because of a post that he had done on Facebook. He was accused of displaying false information. He was charged with publication of false information. However, that particular post had circulated for a number of days before Sir Obama posted saying. And the IGP, when he went to Boko, his vehicle was shot at. Recently in Sampa, we saw gunshots that people died. Here in Accra, somewhere in Sowuntuom, people were killed. In the president's own backyard, in Benyiri, 13 people were killed. And some of our compatriots are still in La Côte d'Ivoire as we speak. Boko has become a nightmare for all of us. However, the state security went to pick Sir Obama up for the obvious truth that he had posted, that indeed civilians wielded dangerous weapons. Recently, some TikTokers were arrested. Your Excellency, young people, especially of this new generation, are availed to so many new tools, and new media being one of them. They go to have conversations and have fun on social media. Today we are being told that conversations on social media can warrant arrest. That one of the most bizarre cases I can point out to you is that when Fanti Comedy was invited to appear before the police, he went in the company of a friend called Yaira, our North Tongue woman organizer. Upon arrival, she, the person who went to accompany a friend whom the police had invited, was now told she was also under arrest, and she was taken into custody as well. Your Excellency, recently, 2 young ladies were arrested all the way in Shayasu in Kumasi, Ashanti region on a Friday and brought to Accra without any information to their parents or anybody. The MP of the area was told, and the MP combed all the police stations in Accra here and didn't find them. They simply would not mention where they had kept these young ladies, 24 years and 26. It was an unintentional visit at the CID headquarters that my attention was drawn to the presence of those young ladies. And when I went in, the young ladies were writing their statement without a lawyer. Then I asked the investigator, where is their counsel? They have none. Yet they were being asked to write. I took my phone and I called one of our party lawyers, Counsel Afuakwa, who came and stood in as counsel for these ladies. Mr. President, it will interest you to know that these ladies were kept for 96 hours before they were put before court. And even when we told the court that the 48-hour rule had been broken, the court still admitted them into police custody for 2 weeks. Mr. President, this is so gross, so wrong. We cannot treat the very young people, the budding, teeming youth of our country in such a disgusting manner. And I know that in your conscience, you know it is not right. That is why we are appealing to you that call your state agencies to order the flagrant abuse of power, selective application of the law, selective injustice is becoming one too many. That endangers the democracy we are all enjoying. Your Excellency, this petition is yours to go through, and we demand of you to immediately ask the security agencies to stop the Rambo-style arrest of individuals and apply the law equitably and fairly, that NPP members are not second-class citizens of this country. We equally pay taxes. However, when NDC people are at fault with the law, they are treated with kid gloves. Classical example, being taxed and hoodlums who attacked Howard Kumsi and the rest at Ablekuma North in the rerun of by-election. Recently in Akwetia by-election, one of the communication officers in Ablekuma, in Ebuakwa North, threatened the life of the minority leader. The minority chief whip, Anodompre, Afenyo Markin, our national organizer, Nanabi, their lives. To date, a petition before the IGP, they have not been arrested. We saw your national vice chairman assault our national third vice chairman live on TV. Nothing has happened to him. Your Excellency, this cannot be a just society, and this cannot build a viable, thriving, beautiful democracy that works for all of us. That is why we are presenting this petition to you, that ensure fairness amongst the good people of Ghana, as you swore to do right to all manner of persons when you took the oath of office. On behalf of the youth wing and the party, this is petition from us to His Excellency the President.
Please hold on. Sir, please hold on.
First and foremost, can I say a big thank you to the youth wing of the NPP party, and for the orderly manner in which you have brought your petition. I am happy today to be actually standing at the Flagstaff House, which in recent times would not have been possible. But today, you are able to come here and deliver the petition. And I can assure you that it will be given the necessary attention or the appropriate. Our president has always been a democratic, fair leader, following the principles and processes of democracy. And that is why, as you say, Ghana has been seen today as a bastion of democracy in the whole of Africa. So we will look at all the items that you have sent, and I believe everything is within the petition itself, and it will be given the appropriate recognition and points. We will try and get some response to the petition that has been put forward. On that note, once again, I thank you for the peaceful march that you held in line with the democratic principles of our democracy. I thank you for coming to the Flagstaff House, and I thank the President for allowing us to receive this at the presidency, which marks a new step in our democratic dispensation. Thank you very much.
Thank you, but Chief, actually, under our
time is police for no Ghana for you and yet other side, new NPP and NDC. It is Bibi Bana say almost selecting normal for the other side, normal the other side. I say,
focus on the other side. Other side didn't see on my
because you were NDC for me to our Mokika and Zambia. There were been more opera Nanka, wait almost almost the pure minimum, what in this court. Ama, the job was almost free. Committee Secretary Taylor. And because of Bongo ideas, we to make a campus here because we say, my band also. And can't say a banner, I can Kalije Mua, and Passia 7 X. Meanwhile, it is a banner because of Tom said, my band was so in a police for the favor and a police for the call against NPP for the bat and comedian himself police for no, I was from Mumbai in I by as a Nipabako.
Good ideas. I didn't say Ben work out free saying I was saying a penny for fun and I said a penny for friend. I ain't chill.
They want me to be to post to a picture. I can say me a criminal. Unim, baby. They say,
and the Bogo idea soon.
I don't post to a picture. I say me a criminal. I think me, I saw me about a case. We do one more almost all crying out the dentist.
And the Bongo idea soon.
Yes, and the Bongo ideas. So Bongo ideas in the Caligay. I'm going to post to a picture. Our ex. And I just got to UTV. We want to go to Bolivia, we want to TikTok live and we bar so about passing comments. We want to panic I am we have video the patch almost in the podcast and no media. We don't want to test it.
Okay, case say Yanchi, Bungo ideas, and I said, Saka in the position.
I'm going to tell us some of the do our fire yelled at the actual. That I don't say myself. I think I'm tell myself. What I say, I want to hear me. Now, can you put time about Park and say, Mutie? And Sanabia, about me do our Musse, Yacho. I am at the bar on Pumanti.
It is saying that there was a seminar catch up mine and the police.
Oh, the American is police is our friend. The police in Inua or mine anywhere. Say, the power man who interest. Our police in or mine Jija. And I say, police for the almost perfect. Let me man fire one side. NPP